Hi friends, welcome back to our channel V2C Beginner to Champion for Competitive Exams. In this video, we will discuss the weekly current affairs of October first week, part 1. The first one is the international current affair, and the news is the super typhoon Goni slams into Philippines, and it is the strongest typhoon of 2020 on Catanduanes Island. It had a maximum wind speed of 225 kilometers per hour or 140 miles per hour. Next international current affair is Portugal's MP Durete Pacheco got elected as the president of Inter-Parliamentary Union for a term from 2020 to 2023. He will be the 30th president of the Inter-Parliamentary Union and will succeed Mexican MP Gabriel Cuevas Barron. The Inter-Parliamentary Union is based in Geneva, Switzerland, and it was founded in 1889. It consists of elected representatives from national parliaments of 179 countries. Next international current affair is Priyanka Radhakrishnan created history by becoming the first Indian origin New Zealand politician to become part of the New Zealand's cabinet. She is appointed as the Minister for Community and Voluntary Sector, Minister for Diversity, Inclusion and Ethnic Communities, Minister for Youth and Associate Minister for Social Development and Employment in the Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern's cabinet. Capital of New Zealand is Wellington and currency is New Zealand dollar. Next, we come to national news, and the first national news is Prime Minister interacts with officer trainees of Indian Civil Service in the second edition of Integrated Foundation Course Arambh. Arambh is launched for the first time in 2019. It is a week-long, unique, comprehensive foundation course. Second international current affair is India-Pak border will be lit up with 8,000 megawatt of renewable energy, and the renewable energy will be supplied by National Thermal Power Corporation and Solar Energy Corporation of India, which will establish a ultra mega renewable energy power park. The state government of Rajasthan has inked an MOU with NTPC and SECI, and the Indo-Pak border along the Rajasthan border will be illuminated first. Total capacity of wind energy that is expected to be produced is 4,310 megawatt. Solar energy expected to be produced is 3,760 megawatt, and 1,120 megawatt of power is expected to be produced from biomass. The next national affair is the Chief Justice of India Aravind Bobde inaugurates India's first e-resource center in Nagpur. The e-resource center and virtual court called Nyay Kaushal was inaugurated by the Chief Justice of India Sharath Aravind Bobde and along with the Supreme Court Justice D.Y. Chandrachud. It was inaugurated at Officers Training Institute in Nagpur. The Nyay Kaushal will facilitate electronic filing of cases in Supreme Court, High Court as well as district courts. The next national affair is Indian naval ship Airavat has entered Port Sudan under Mission Sagar 2. Indian naval ship Airavat has entered Port of Sudan as part of Mission Sagar 2 for providing assistance to overcome natural calamities and COVID-19. The Mission 2 follows the Mission Sagar 1 undertaken in May-June 2020, where India reached out to Maldives, Mauritius, Seychelles, Madagascar and Comoros and provided food and medicines. In the Mission Sagar 2, Indian naval ship Airavat will deliver food aid to Sudan, South Sudan, Djibouti and Eritrea. Next important national affairs is related to Ganga. The National Mission for Clean Ganga and the Ministry of Jal Shakti jointly organized Gangotsav 2020. It was organized from 2nd to 4th November 2020. It is an annual event to spread awareness about River Ganga and the need to keep the river clean and rejuvenated. The NMCG is under Ministry of Jal Shakti, and 2020 edition of Gangotsav marks the 12th anniversary of Ganga being accorded the status of national river on 4th November 2008. The Minister of Jal Shakti is Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Next national affair is the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has organized 13th Urban Mobility Conference. It was inaugurated by Union Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri through video conferencing on 9th November 2020. The main theme was emerging trends in urban mobility, and the chief guest was Jan Gale, a renowned Danish architect, urbanist and founder of modern urban planning, and he delivered the keynote address at the event. Next, we come on to state news, and the first state news is India's first tire park will come up in West Bengal. In West Bengal, Kolkata will soon feature India's first tire park, where artworks made from scrap and defective parts will be on display. The West Bengal Transport Corporation is the authority which will be launching this tire park. Chief Minister of West Bengal is Mamata Banerjee and Governor is Jagdeep Dhankar. Union Minister for Development of Northeast Region has inaugurated the Mansar Lake Development Project in Jammu and Kashmir to boost tourism. The Union Minister for Development of Northeast Region is Jitendra Singh. The Mansar Lake is a lake fringed by forest-covered hills and are designated as Ramsar Convention in November 2005. Next is a state news from Kerala. India's first solar-powered miniature train is launched in Kerala, and it was launched by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan at Veli Tourist Village in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. The Governor of Kerala is Arif Muhammad Khan and the Chief Minister is Pinarayi Vijayan. Next news comes from the state of Assam. The Chief Minister of Assam, Sarbananda Sonowal, has laid the foundation stone for Indo-Israeli Center for Excellence for Vegetable Protected Cultivation at Khetri, Assam. The Center for Excellence will provide exposure to latest Israeli technologies to farmers of Assam and help them in maximizing their production and income. Chief Minister of Assam is Sarbananda Sonowal, and the Governor of Assam is Professor Jagdish Mukhi. Another few important points that can be asked in various competitive exams is related to folk dances of Assam. The main folk dances of Assam are Bihu dance, Gorotal dance, Jhumru dance, etc. Next comes appointment. The center has extended the term of the officiating chairperson of National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. The term of retired Justice Bhansi Lal Bhatt has been extended till December 31st, 2020. The first chairperson of NCLAT is Justice S.J. Mukhopadhyay, and the headquarters of NCLAT is New Delhi. Next is the appointment of a new chairman of Mumbai Port Trust. Indian Administrative Services Officer Rajiv Jalota has been appointed as the new chairman of Mumbai Port Trust. Chief Minister of Maharashtra is Uddhav Thackeray and Governor is Bhagat Singh Koshyari. PVG Menon has been appointed as the CEO of Electronics Sector Skill Council of India. This is the new current affair that PVG Menon has been elected as the Electronic Sector Skill Council of India Chief Executive Officer. ESSCI works with industry under the Ministry of Electronics and IT to provide skilling and reskilling services to the industry. Union Minister for Electronics and Information Technology is Ravi Shankar Prasad. Next, we move on to defense news. The first defense news is India successfully test fired the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from Sukhoi 30 MKI. The Indian Air Force successfully test fired an air-launched version of BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from Sukhoi fighter aircraft in Bay of Bengal. The missile was developed by DRDO along with Russia, and it has a strike range of 300 kilometers. Next current affair is Aero India 2021 to be held from 3rd February 2021 to 7th February 2021 at Air Force Station, Yelahanka, Bengaluru. Aero India is a 5-day exhibition of aerospace and defense industries. The next important defense news is first phase of Malabar naval exercise begun in Bay of Bengal. The first phase of 24th edition of Malabar naval exercise has begun in Visakhapatnam coast in Bay of Bengal, and the participants are Indian Navy, United States Navy, Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, and Royal Australian Navy. The Malabar exercise will be in 2020 will be conducted in 2 phases, and the second phase will be conducted in Arabian Sea in mid-November. The Malabar exercise is a maritime exercise, and that has commenced in 1992 as bilateral Indian Navy and United States Navy exercise. It was later joined by Japan in 2015, and it is being joined by Australian Navy in this edition, that is from 2020. Next is a release of a book called Bye Bye Corona, and it's a science-a-thon book released by the Uttar Pradesh Governor Anandiben Patel. The author of the book is Dr. Pradeep Srivastava, former senior principal scientist at CSIR Central Drug Research Institute, Lucknow. The book will also be released in Brazil. It is the world's first science-a-thon book, and it is titled Bye Bye Corona. Next is banking and finance section, and the only news here is the Reserve Bank of India imposes monetary penalty on DCB Bank for rule violations. The DCB Bank, along with Jio Payments Bank, has been imposed monetary penalty for various rule violations by Reserve Bank of India. The 25th RBI governor is Shaktikanta Das, and deputy governors of RBI is BP Kanoga, MK Jain, MD Patra, and Rajeshwar Rao. Headquarters of RBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, we come up with agreements and MOU. IBM has collaborated with Indian Oil Corporation for digitalized transformation. Indian Oil Corporation has collaborated with IBM to digitally transform the customer experience using digital tools. Under IBM, the Indian Oil will develop a new app called Indian Oil One, and this digital transformation initiative is part of Indian Oil's project ePIC, Electronic Platform for Indian Oil Customers. IOCL chairman is Srikanth Madhav Vaidya. Indian Institute of Science signed MOU with R&D Center of Indian Oil Corporation to demonstrate biomass gasification gas-based gas. Indian Institute of Science has signed MOU with R&D Center of Indian Oil Corporation to develop and demonstrate biomass gasification-based hydrogen generation technology. Technology will be used for producing cell-grade hydrogen at affordable cost. IISC Director is Govinda Rangarajan. Next, we come to science and technology. The IIT Bombay, Indian Institute of Technology Bombay, has launched self-help website named Bandhu. It was launched by Union Minister of State for Education Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, and the self-help website Bandhu was an idea of former Students' Union or alumni of 1992 batch Indian Institute of Technology graduates. Next, we come to some miscellaneous news. The first one is UNESCO, United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, allows India's Panna Tiger Reserve as a biosphere reserve. In Madhya Pradesh, Panna Tiger Reserve has been included in World Network of Bioreserves by UNESCO. It is the 12th bioreserve from India to be included, and it is third from Madhya Pradesh after Panchmarhi and Amarkand. Currently, the Panna Tiger Reserve is home to 54 tigers. Madhya Pradesh capital is Bhopal and the governor is Anandiben Patel. The Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh is Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Next important current affair is Airports Authority of India has handed over the Lucknow Airport to Adani Group on a lease period for 50 years. Apart from this, Adani Group will also take over operations of Lucknow, Ahmedabad, Jaipur, Mangaluru, Thiruvananthapuram and Guwahati airports. Next we come on to the sports section. The first news is Jio has been named as a title sponsor for BCCI Women T20 Challenge 2020. The Board of Control for Cricket in India has announced Jio as the title sponsor for 2020 edition of Women's T20 Challenge. The Women's T20 will be played from 4th November to 9th November and will be held in Sharjah International Stadium. The three teams are Velocity, Supernovas and Trailblazers. The president of BCCI is Saurav Ganguly and headquarters is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and it was founded in December 1928. Second important current affair in the sports section is Indian boxer Amit Pangal wins gold at Alexei Vastain International Championship. The championship was held in Nantes, France, and Amit Pangal, Sanjeev and Ashish Kumar have won gold medals in the individual events. The next news in the sports section is Cricket Association of Ladakh organizes Ladakh Premier League 2020. It was inaugurated by Upper League Councillor Fusong Stanzi Tispak at NDS Stadium, and 22 teams from various parts of Leh district are participating. Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh is R.K. Mathur. Last and the final news in the sports section is Union Minister for Youth and Sports Affairs Kiran Rijiju has virtually inaugurated Sports Authority of India's new regional centre in Zirkapur, Punjab. With this, we come to the conclusion of current affairs in this section. Stay tuned for our next section and we'll be back soon. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, please do like and share. Subscribe to this channel to receive expert tips and guidance for clearing various placement exams, and press the bell icon to receive instant notifications.